Hello everyone, Kayla here, and this is What the Kink, a natural hair channel. We are doing another Do I Still today, but it is Do I Still Hate It? Yes, it's a negative one, and the products in question are the products from Curlmix. So let me tell you guys the story of Curlmix, because this one is not going to be a one-to-one comparison. This is not the exact product that I tried and I had a poor experience with in the past. So back in the days when I was young, I'm not a kid anymore. Curlmix used to have their products, their moisturizers and their gels and shampoos and everything organized into little sets that were seemingly based on the scent. So I tried, I believe it was the Lemon Creme scent. And I tried it, and it had little to no hold on my hair. Some of the girlies were like, Kayla, the Curlmix scents actually have different levels of hold. This was not super apparent to me because it wasn't super apparent on the packaging or anything like that. But apparently, yes, and I've heard many people say the same thing. So, I think it does make it difficult for a consumer to really know which one to pick and which one is best for them. So if you guys do have experience with the old Curlmix and you are able to tell me what level of hold the Lemon Creme is, please do that so that people who are watching this video will have a point of comparison. So why are we doing different products? Because these are the Curlmix products that are sold in Ulta and are prominently featured on their website. Each line has a shampoo, a conditioner, a moisturizer, and a gel. So this is the moisturizer and this is the gel. Let me switch them. Okay, so this is, they are now organized by level of hold, not by scent. Okay, so this is the heavy hold moisturizer and gel. For some reason, I think the last one is called the Ultra or something like that. So there's a level of hold above this. That one wasn't speaking to me. Okay. It wasn't calling my name, so I didn't get it. So I'm going to try this for size, and then while I'm trying it, I am going to go into more detail about the specific products and like ingredients and stuff like that, so that you can kind of get an experience for the whole product, since it's technically, we're talking about a new product, even though it is still Curlmix. Okay, cool. So let's go ahead and rinse this conditioner out of a section, and let's get started applying the moisturizer.
So the bottle describes this moisturizer as having a blackberry scent, since I can't quite place the scent later on in the video. And then it says that the moisturizer will give you bouncy, soft, shiny curls.
It's thick, it's creamy, it kind of has an off-white color. The lighting will not probably let you see that. And it has kind of like a berry, fresh scent to it.
Okay, so I do want to make a couple of ingredient call out here. So the featured oil is castor oil. Each of these different levels of hold in the Masters collection has a featured oil. And so for this one, it is castor oil that's featured here. It also has avocado oil in this moisturizer, and glycerin is ingredient number 4. They also have polyquaternium 37 in the moisturizer, which is an ingredient that is a film former, meaning that it is something that will provide hold. Sometimes polyquats also help act as a humidity shield. I'm not really sure about this particular one. I have to do a little bit more research on that to confirm if that's the case.
All right, so despite this thing being called moisturizer and coming out of the container the way that it does, it actually is kind of more of a thin type consistency once you get it smooth into the hair, which is really nice. And I actually got pretty good coverage with just like that one initial application. I just need to apply just a little bit more so I could feel like I could get it through the inside of my hair. So now we're moving into the gel, and the gel is very much, it looks like a cream, a lotion, kind of. I almost feel like I have too much because it's so creamy and lotiony and watery. But it's reminding me of the experience of this first time, because it was creamy and lotiony too. The smell is different. I can't place it. I probably should have smelled it a little bit more while it was still in my hand. But yeah, it's weird to describe because it's water-like, but I, at the same time, know that it's covering my hair. So like, I've tried products that felt like water and felt like there was nothing in my hair, whereas this Curlmix, it feels like water, but I know there's something in my hair. Like, I know where it is and that kind of stuff. Now, I don't really feel comfortable raking my hair. I don't feel like it has enough slip for me to rake, but I feel like if I applied more product, I think that it would be too much product. Because like I said, I can feel that it's on my hair. So I kind of just want to stop there and like, you know, this is what we're working with for in terms of definition. My hair is defined. So I think I'm just going to smooth it and try to separate it out in pieces where I can and just not go in and apply more product to where it would be slippy for me to rake, because it feels like too much product. The Curlmix girlies will let me know, because I feel like the Curlmix community is a very positive community. Like, they seem to be like aimed towards like helping people, and like they're not gonna come into my comments and be like, you used the product wrong. Like, the Curlmix girlies just don't do like that. Like that's not a part of the Curlmix vibes. But yes, going in with the product, about as much as I would do with any other product. I don't feel like I would want to rake this for some reason, so I am just kind of like separating it and smoothing it kind of down, just a smoothing more so action. And my curls are getting defined from this. Like, I am getting definition. I just want to dry with definition. That's the thing. But I think with the original trial, I'm not even sure if I got definition like what I'm getting right now. I'm not even sure if I got definition like what I'm getting right now with the previous iteration of this gel. Also, I had my hair cut recently, and my ends are like really curled up. It's like, we've been freed. So, and my hair is like thicker on the ends, which is weird to me too. So I'm trying to smooth through that as well, because my hair is like, oh yes, free, you cut us. Like, you know, cut your hair and you start cutting up in a positive way, of course. But again, I just don't, I feel like raking would kind of maybe destroy some of what is going on positively with this look. All right, so I haven't really had a chance to kind of talk like voiceover about the gel and aspects of it. So what I'll do is I will stop talking and finish up a section or half of a section or something like that, and let the voiceover me tell you all about the gel.
So let's talk about this gel. The bottle description says that it has a heavy hold with a strong cast. And then there's a couple of ingredient call outs that I would like to make here as well. So this is a flaxseed based gel, not flaxseed extract or something like that some products do. It's actually flaxseed gel. And then it also has later in the ingredients xanthan gum, which is also an agent that would provide hold. And then this has the featured oil as castor oil. The featured oil matches between the moisturizer and the gel. In fact, I watched a lovely live by Tammy P. Moore on Instagram, and she said that each one has a different oil. The oils get progressively harder. Not harder, but heavier, because they are in correlation to the level of hold or the weight that you get from the gel. So a heavier oil would give you a little bit more hold with the gel, as she was explaining. So castor oil is in this, but only the castor oil. It does not have the avocado oil in it at all. That's just something for the moisturizer. And then this also does have glycerin as well, and it is also in the same place as it was in the moisturizer. It is ingredient number 4.
We are going to fast forward this bad boy so that you guys can see what the completed styled hair, still wet but completed, looks like. So I was like close up of the camera just to like turn it back on, but you can see that my hair is defined, y'all. There's definition, okay? But I do feel like this is going to be bigger hair. I do think that I am going to have hair that is super big and not like really held down. Now, I don't mind when my hair is big as long as it is still really defined. So we will see if I'm able to do that. And then after that, I did purchase the foam. So we will try it with the foam too to see if that kind of adds a little extra layer. But I'm not going to sit up here and like slather my hair with product in the name of hold. Nah, I use a respectable amount of product, so I can probably get at least 2.5 more wash and goes out of the product, which is perfect because that way we can fully test it out and see, do I still hate it? Curlmix, Curlmix, Kim, Tim, children, they might have did something with this. This is far better of a result than I got last time. It is way, I don't know if the camera can capture this, y'all, but it is pretty doggone defined. And I told you, I don't like big hair unless it's defined. Like, let's get the back. It's always difficult for me to get the zoom right when I've like previously had the camera somewhere else and I'm like putting it back. Now I will say my hair is very shrunken and then of course it's not as even as it would normally be because I didn't rake through my hair like I would normally do, but like I love the way it's falling. I love the way it's moving. Can y'all get into that? That looks great. I will say that I did sit outside a little bit and read a book with my husband, and then we went to a pizza place yesterday where we were sitting outside. All this is after I washed and dried my hair, and then I took it down today. So it kind of, to me, kind of had this outside smell when I was like wearing my scarf and my bonnet, and I don't wear my scarf and bonnet outside, y'all. So then like I took it down, and then that's when I got like a refresher of the kind of slight berry type scent that it has, but I think there is this undertone of like outside. So yeah, it's kind of hitting me like that. The scent, I guess, is just not very strong, and the fruity sweet part is not like at the top of the notes of the scent. So there's that. But this is a very nice wash and go. I am excited to see what it will do with that foam on top of it. And I'm also excited to see what it might look like with like Imba Naturals on top of it as well, because this is great. And then also as far as the feel, guys, because that moisturizer situation, my hair is very soft, but the curls feel very much like they're not going to blow away with the wind. So it does feel like I used like a traditional moisturizer on my hair. It does feel that way though, even though it doesn't feel that way when you apply the product. So yeah, it does feel like I applied a moisturizer on my hair. Just a little bit, but not like in a greasy way, just, you know, in a product type way. And then it has a really nice little like sheen on it too. I don't know if any of this is being captured on the camera, so I'm trying to describe it to you the best that I can, okay? But anyway, let's jump to the foam portion of this experiment a couple days later, and I'll tell you how this fared. Okay, so no, it's not the foam portion of the video. It's me again on day 3. But I did want to pop in here to show what my hair looks like on day 3, and also because I had a recent discovery. So this is the day 3 hair. It is more like an afro type hair, but it's still very much defined enough that I'm still wearing it down and out. I never put my hair over the shoulders when I turn around. I've noticed that in some clips, which is kind of annoying to me. But anyways, so the smell, I noticed what it is, guys. So yes, the products have this blackberry smell, right? And they each all have their own individual oil, as I said earlier. Well, the oil that is in this particular product is castor oil. And if you've ever used castor oil before, castor oil kind of has like a smell, a natural green outdoor smell. And I think that it's playing off of the blackberry smell, and I'm perceiving it as outside. Like, I'm not upset about it. I don't dislike the way my hair smells. I'm not like, oh my God, get this off of my head. But I do think because this particular level of hold has castor oil, I think that's what's producing that smell. Because if I'm understanding correctly, I'm assuming that all the levels have a blackberry scent. I could be wrong. And so the oil in the product would probably affect that scent as well. So the other ones probably do not smell like this one because they don't have castor oil. It's just a hypothesis. Y'all let me know if you know more about it. Okay, now we're at the foam portion of the video. So I've gone ahead and styled the bottom portion of my hair using the moisturizer and the gel. This is how I tend to apply The Imba Naturals, when I'm using it as a topper, I will like get halfway up the section or like 2 sections and then do the topper. So I'm just going to do the foam the same way. I know foam explodes, so that's probably going to be way too much foam, but we will put it in and see. Okay, their foam comes out really small and modest. Either that or it's because my product is new. So we'll do a little, that amount and see what's going on. Okay, I feel like that's a respectful amount of product. Doesn't smell like blackberry. You know what it smells like? If you've ever tried the Curls Goddess. Ooh, my hair has a lot of slip now and stuff. It smells like the Curls Goddess gel or something like that, I think it's called. It's a very old product from Curls, but you can still buy it. So this is what I do when I do my other toppers. I kind of open my hair up and like smooth it throughout to make sure that I've gotten it all over. Yes, this smells exactly like the Curls gel. Okay, and then I want to avoid like overworking it, so I'm going to do the rest of it, and I guess I'll tell you guys a little bit more about this product while I style my hair.
This Curlmix Wash and Go Finishing Boost for curly hair as a part of the Masters collection says that it will boost shine and set your curls. It has a decadent blackberry fragrance. We know that I just said it doesn't have a blackberry fragrance. And the directions are telling you to apply it throughout the hair as you style it in sections, so I don't think I applied too much. Ingredient callouts, it does contain quite a few moisturizers and humectants like glycerin, aloe juice, panthenol, stuff like that. And then it does contain 2 polyquats, polyquat 10 and polyquat 11, which are film formers. So they help provide hold. They also provide thickening and conditioning. And they also help to somewhat block humidity.
And while I show you this, I do want to talk about the previous wash and go that I had. The wash and go was about a 3 to 4 day wash and go, and then from there I did put it in a puff and then it did start to flake. But the fact that I even got a wash and go period compared to what happened the last time that I used the products from this line, or products from this brand, really, not this line. It's my first time trying this line. That was pretty darn good, honestly. It's just for me and my hair, it's not a 7-day wash and go, but I did get a really nice wash and go that did have a couple of days on it before the flaking and all that kind of stuff that happened with the first time that I used Curlmix. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish this up, and then we'll come back with the results probably tomorrow, because I like to tie my hair down and let it smooth in one direction. Y'all know how I do. All right, so we're looking at the aftermath of using the foam. I took my hair down recently. And so what I'm looking at here with the foam is I feel like my hair is a lot more elongated. I haven't gone back and looked at the other footage, but I'm feeling like there's a lot more elongation going on. And with more elongation, you sometimes lose just a little bit of curl definition, but I do like the way that my hair looks like this even better than the first one, just because I've got it's stretched out just a little bit. And y'all know I'm not really a big hair stretcher, so I'm not super impressed, like, oh my God, my hair stretched. But in this situation, the stretched hair is working for me. The stretched hair is better than what I had the first time around with the combo alone. Now, a couple of thoughts on this stuff so far. 3 and 4, the original stylers alone, I think is a look that actually works for me. So it's enough for me to answer the main question, do I still hate it? No, I actually do not still hate it. It actually is a viable wash and go, but it is a wash and go that is only a 3 to 4 day wash and go for me. Now the hair still stays moisturized, so then I can still wear the hair, but I just have to do an alternative hairstyle like half up, half down, or a puff or something like that until I'm ready to wash it again. So for me, this is not a full 7-day wash and go, but it is viable enough for me to answer the main question of the video. I will add here that the gel, step number 4, is a flaxseed gel. So the step number 4 for the light, medium, and heavy, I think are the names of the levels of hold, are all flaxseed gels. My hair does not typically do very well with flaxseed gel. I feel like this is probably some of the best definition I've ever gotten from flaxseed gel. What's it called? Ultra level of hold, which is the level of hold beyond this one, just one more level. That is not a flaxseed gel. I think it is maybe like a quinoa gel or something like that. So I would probably be willing to try that one just to see what it does, just because flaxseed gel, my hair thinks it's a moisturizer or something. I just don't tend to get like this level of hold from flaxseed gel is blowing my mind. So I think that may be one reason, just to try that one, not because I feel like I need much stronger hold, but just because I feel like quinoa would probably just give me a better hold just because it is something else. It's not flaxseed. So thoughts on the foam? We're going to find out really soon. I am going to do an additional clip after this one, so this is not the end of the video, showing exactly how long my hair lasted with this, because I do live in a more humid environment. I would not do that original Curlmix combo without Imba Naturals topping, without maybe a foam topping of some sort, whether this one or another one, with something over it to act as a little bit of a light, flexible humidity shield. It is just too humid where I live most of the year to be going outside with something as soft as the Curlmix combo. So this is going to come in clutch, and we'll see exactly how it did. But so far up front, I have a decent amount of this in my hair, but I feel like I'm going to have this like for 20 years unless I start styling with it directly. And I don't know the level of hold if I were to use this as a straight up styler. But and by straight up styler, if you're new here, I do Bantu knot outs and braid outs with foams, and I also smooth back buns with foam. So those tend to go a little quicker because I'm using them to style my hair fully and completely. So I'm gonna have this for a million years. It did elongate my hair. It's very noticeably that my hair is more elongated, for sure. Even though this has ingredients that provide hold, I don't know if it added a lot of extra hold because my hair was still dripping like crazy while I was sitting under the hair dryer. I will say that my hair did take slightly longer, just slightly, not much longer, to dry with this in the hair as well, even though it is a foam. I think it's just the fact that there was an additional product on my hair, and then my hair was already so wet. But for me personally, the Curlmix products just don't create that barrier on my hair where it doesn't drip. It still drips and stuff like that. So I'm still losing some of the water out of my hair when I use this particular brand. But with all that being said, I'm sure you're curious about what happened 4 days later, 3 days later with this combo. So we're going to find out.